Alright guys, so we have some more updates surrounding this potential Fallout 3 remaster, this Amazon post. It's been a few days since I made a video talking about this. Obviously, you're seeing Elder Scrolls gameplay in the background. That will become relevant a little bit later. So first up, a couple of other channels have talked about Skullzi's video and Skullzi's tweet. I guess I'll recap that as well really quickly. And by the way, I'm saying Skullzi's with an apostrophe S, not just calling him Skullzi's like Juicehead did. Anyway, Skullzi dropped some tweets the other day that say, "Update on the Bethesda Amazon leak. My anonymous source just gave me an update. While this leak did come from within Bethesda, it was not planned and there are rumors of an internal investigation. The countdown timer was added in by the leaker to spice the leak up a bit. That means the countdown timer likely has nothing to do with the leaked game itself. This means that the game could be anything and isn't necessarily Fallout related. Video coming soon with a complete breakdown as always." A lot of people are questioning whether or not Skullzi has an anonymous source at Bethesda, which is fair. You should have a healthy skepticism when it comes to this. He even tells you that in his video, grain of salt, rumor, etc. Now, I am with a lot of people when it comes to that. I have my own questions when it comes to that situation, but I more so am questioning the anonymous source themselves. First off, if this leak wasn't intentional by Bethesda, like some sort of marketing ploy to build hype for whatever this game actually is, if it was some employee that went rogue and posted this on Amazon, why wouldn't the internal investigation be guaranteed? Like, obviously they'd want to find out who did this and fire them and take legal action, etc. Like, I find it weird that the internal investigation is just a rumor. To me, it seems like an internal investigation to find out which employee leaked this game would be guaranteed. Also find it kind of weird that the time of this tweet, which was the 25th, which is a couple days after the leak happened, it wasn't confirmed whether or not the video that accompanied this Amazon post had anything to do with the game at all, when the day the leak happened, 23rd, Gamatsu already pointed out to everybody that it was stock footage, and we knew it had nothing to do with the game. It's just kind of weird to me that this supposed Bethesda employee couldn't confirm this or didn't know this, when the rest of the world did. And lastly, for me, the most glaringly obvious, when it comes to this anonymous source, this person that works for Bethesda, at Bethesda, whatever, knows what's going on with this situation, why can't they tell us what this game is? Like, you work for Bethesda. You're already leaking stuff from inside Bethesda, risking life and limb, jail time, etc., fines, whatever, fired, whatever repercussions would happen. Like, is there some sort of moral compass all of a sudden for this Bethesda employee who's leaking things from inside Bethesda when it comes to this Amazon post? Because it seems kind of weird that they can't just tell us what the hell the game is. So I'm definitely very skeptical when it comes to the source themselves, the legitimacy of this source, but also, as I mentioned previously, some people were questioning whether Skullzi even has a source at all, and then other people were defending him, saying that why would he lie? Like, why would he lie to his subscribers about having a source? It's not like he has nothing to gain from this, and I'm not coming at Skullzi, got no problems with the guy, I'm just presenting the information. So really quickly right here, we're at Skullzi's Social Blade. You see the subscriber count he normally gets per day, the video views he gets per day. On the 25th, this is when he tweets out about his anonymous source inside Bethesda, and from here on, you see the leap in subscriber growth and the leap in video views. When it comes to channels our size, we're roughly the same. He's got a couple thousand more than me at this point. Getting 100 plus subs a day is pretty insane growth, and getting 20,000 views a day is pretty wild as well. He makes a video talking about the Amazon leak, mentions having a Bethesda insider. Everybody's talking about it. He gets a ton of traction to his channel. It's a pretty simple equation, man. And when it comes to having an anonymous source, you never have to actually prove that, because obviously that would defeat the purpose. You'd be giving up the person's identity, and you would lose your source. I can tell you guys I have an anonymous source at Bethesda. My anonymous source says that the leak was intentional, and it was meant to build hype for whatever this game is going to be. And I don't ever have to prove that to you guys. You just kind of have to take my word at it. You get what I'm saying? So as I mentioned previously, I'm not trying to come at Skullzi. I'm not trying to attack him. Even in his video, he tells you to take it all with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to discuss it from every angle, if that makes sense. One last thing, and then we'll move on to the next bits of information. I don't know how Skullzi gets his information. I'd assume through maybe email. That's how a lot of YouTubers get information from their anonymous sources. If that's the case, I mean, I could create a new email address and email literally any YouTuber and say that I work for Bethesda, here's some information, and that's what most of them go off of, is just a random email from somebody claiming to work at Bethesda. And if that's the case, there's really nothing to go off of. And we move on. When it comes to this Amazon leak, a lot of people were wondering whether or not it was actually for Starfield. A lot of people out there feel like Starfield is going to come out in 2019 for some reason. I've been saying for a while, a lot of other people have been saying for a while, that 2020 or later seems more logical. Well, it turns out Starfield already has a post on Amazon. You can't pre-order it, we don't have a release window or even a placeholder price yet, but there's already a page for Starfield, so that pretty much eliminates this game being Starfield. Now, when it comes to this game potentially being Fallout 3 Remaster, which is, again, the biggest rumor out there for whatever this game is, there's one good argument against that I've seen that I haven't yet talked about on my channel, and it's that this game has a standard, a deluxe, and a collector's edition. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense for a remaster. Whenever Bethesda's re-release their games, or if we look at Skyrim SE when they remastered one of their games, it already comes with all of the DLC, all the add-ons for the game. That's what a deluxe version is of a game. So if they were to remaster Fallout 3, there wouldn't be a need for a deluxe version, because they would definitely already have all of the add-ons. And when it comes to there being a collector's edition, that it also does not make sense for a remaster. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know of any remasters that have come out that have a collector's edition. Like, that's something you see, especially when it comes to Bethesda, for brand new games. We've seen it for Fallout 4, we've seen it for Fallout 76. You get the Power Armor helmet, you get the Pip-Boy. So for me personally, this all but confirms that it's not a Fallout 3 remaster. As sad as I am to say that, I just don't know how a deluxe edition of a Fallout 3 remaster would work, and I don't even know what a collector's edition of that game would be. So that pretty much means that this game, whatever it is a brand new game, given that it has a standard, deluxe, and collector's edition. It is also possible, and I've seen Epoxy mention this in his video covering this stuff, that it could be something from one of the other studios under Bethesda. It was Bethesda's Amazon account, but it could be a game from id or a game from Arcane or something like that. And last up for this video, we're going to have to get a little conspiracy theory here. This was from a comment I seen in Skullzi's video. So we are over here in Windows Photo Viewer, nothing but high quality content here on the channel, but I want to get a closer look at this so we can discuss it. If you look at the titles of these games, it's Placeholder T, Placeholder E, Placeholder S, The Elder Scrolls 6 confirmed. Okay, obviously that's not the case, but I do think it's possible that it is Elder Scrolls related, and it is very, very coincidental, if it's not intentional, that the letters are TES. Whatever the letters are supposed to mean, even if it isn't related to the Elder Scrolls, there's 26 letters in the alphabet, and they just happen to use those. Trust me, I know, conspiracy theory, I mentioned it previously. Here's the thing, let's assume that this wasn't like some spiteful employee wanting to leak stuff from inside Bethesda. Let's assume that it was just a placeholder post on Amazon, and they're waiting to reveal this game at a later point. If it is related to the Elder Scrolls, doing TES is a way for them to know what this game is supposed to be, and yes, TES is a dead giveaway if it is related to Elder Scrolls, but again, we were never supposed to see this. The placeholder titles were only ever supposed to be seen on their end. They probably have a lot of things that are like ready to be posted up on Amazon. They probably, if it is related to the Elder Scrolls, would use TES so they know what this game is supposed to be. So let's say this is related to the Elder Scrolls, what the hell could it possibly be? I've seen some people discuss maybe an Oblivion remaster, could be finally the Morrowind remaster, maybe it's a collection of both of them. That's also kind of defeated with the Deluxe and Collector's Edition discussion, but maybe they do some sort of like Fallout anthology version with the Elder Scrolls. This came with most of the Fallout games up to New Vegas, it's only missing Brotherhood of Steel. And maybe they do something like this with the Elder Scrolls series, and that could be the Collector's Edition. I don't know what the Deluxe Edition could be. Maybe it's Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. It comes with some sort of item similar to this nuke, and that could be the Collector's Edition. Again, I don't know what you would do for a Deluxe version. But going off of the standard, Deluxe, and Collector's Edition versions of whatever this game is, it's probably a brand new game. So what could it be there? Obviously, Elder Scrolls 6 is a discussion. I don't think that's it at all. What about a branch-off Elder Scrolls game? We know, 5 to 6 months ago, we seen that ZeniMax filed a trademark for Redfall. Everybody thinks it's related to Elder Scrolls in some way. It could easily be an Elder Scrolls Online expansion. A lot of people are thinking maybe it's related to Elder Scrolls 6. Maybe Elder Scrolls 6 Redfall has something to do with Red Guards, Hammerfell, Daggerfall, something like that. But what if it's a branch-off Elder Scrolls game similar to New Vegas? What if it's just Elder Scrolls Redfall? Like, why isn't that a possibility? Like, Bethesda's never really done a branch-off Elder Scrolls game. It could happen, man. Fallout 76, regardless of its faults, came out of nowhere. Nobody thought we'd be getting another Fallout game for any amount of time, especially not even 3 years after the release of Fallout 4. And it's been, like 7, 8 years or something since the release of Skyrim. A lot of people don't think we're going to see Elder Scrolls 6 for a good amount of years, a handful of years, 4, 5, 6 years or something like that. So why is it not possible that this entire amount of time since the release of Skyrim, that maybe they've been working on a branched-off Elder Scrolls game? That's just my take on the situation. I know, tinfoil hat, but I just find it highly, highly coincidental that they use the letters TES to the point that I think it's intentional. So there we have several updates to this Amazon leak situation, the Fallout 3 Remaster situation, potentially Elder Scrolls 6, Starfield. A lot of updates in this video, so let me know your thoughts. I pass it off to you guys as usual. What do you think, based on the information from this video, what the hell do you think this game is now? We're still creeping up on 11,000, so if you guys are new, please subscribe, and let's just do the outro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter at TheDashingDavid, at my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while, quit acting like